and May. In this video, we will talk about Ambedkar's and Russell's. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's higher education was mostly in England and the US, Europe in general, and England in particular had witnessed events of great socio-political significance during the 17th century. These historical events marked the beginning of and end of overreaching influence of religion on political sphere of Europe. The continent embarked on a journey of independent inquiry, relying slowly upon unbiased objective observation as the hallmark of knowledge, whose focus was on human progress and alleviation of suffering. These events, which brought an end to knowledge based on religious dogmas, created better living conditions with emphasis on equality and liberty. This newly developed optimism about scientific method and knowledge suffered a setback after the two world wars. Many major thinkers of Europe started thinking anew about the causes and reason of war and how to avoid them, and the loss of lives and great human suffering that they unleashed. Any thinking around these issues would involve thinking around the principles of reconstruction of society, which is the title of the book by one of the best known philosophers of England at that time, namely Bertrand Russell. But Russell's book doesn't mainly concern social evils like discrimination on the basis of caste, race or gender. England in particular and Europe in general had painfully witnessed the horrors of war, which seemed to put any other factors of social reconstruction in diminution. Ambedkar reviewed Russell's principle of social reconstruction, which probably remains in the only point of contact between the two major thinkers of that time. What brought them together on the same intellectual ground was their common objective, namely the reconstruction of society. As we would see during the course of this essay, Russell believed that all human actions, including the collective action of war, are the result of human impulses of different kinds. The menace of war, therefore, could be put at bay by promoting creative impulse that encourage us to do something creative for the purpose of humanity. On the other hand, Ambedkar's chief concern as a critic of his times was the annihilation of the caste system and the evil practice that were associated with it. Therefore, it is difficult to say whether Ambedkar was directly influenced by Bertrand Russell. Ambedkar is supposed to have met Russell only once in 1920, when the latter invited him for a discussion on the review articles. Thus, there are no record available of the discussion between the two. Ambedkar's review of Russell's principle of social reconstruction. Russell's book, Principle of Social Reconstruction, mainly focus on the destructive force that is unleashed during a war. Ambedkar points out, therefore, that this book should loss proposition. Russell's work, according to Ambedkar, is different from such approaches in so far as he believed that war cannot be banished by rationalistic appeals such as above. Ambedkar, quoting Russell's, writes, "It is not by reason alone," he says, "that wars can be prevented, but by a positive life of impulse and passion antagonistic to just that lead to war. It is the life of impulse that need to be changed, not only the life of conscious thought." Ambedkar expressed the view that Russell's approach towards the study of reason for war is hinged upon the behaviorist psychology, war being an outcome of a certain thought pattern and emotional outburst, has an intrinsic dynamism that may not have made direct connection with the external world and external circumstances which do not include activity, they only redirect it. The dominant idea is behaviorism is that man has a spring of action within him, for he is born with certain tendency to act. These tendencies to act in their working become modified by the effect of the social milieu in which they function. Taking these ideas as his premise, Russell concludes the nature of these modifications ought to be studied, and the result of his study ought to be taken account of in judging the good or harm that is done by political and social institutions. In Principles of Social Reconstruction, Russell points out 6 major institutions, namely state, war, property, education, marriage, and religion. Out of these, Ambedkar chose the institution of property as the most important one from the point of view of economics. At this juncture, Ambedkar marks a crucial point that despite Principle of Social Reconstruction being an anti-war book, Russell nowhere seemed keen to offer philosophy or criticism as a solution, because for Russell, war is a manifestation of impulse which are a reservoir of human force. There is nothing inherently wrong with any force or energy per se. Therefore, what is required is not the suppression of this reservoir, but rather an intelligent control over it. Ambedkar cites Russell in this regard. The point is that to achieve anything we must use force, only we must use it constructively as energy, not destructively as violence. Here, Ambedkar adds a note of caution to the Indian readers of Russell's book. He points about means and in relationship. All means are directly towards some end, but there may be and indeed there are some other ends as well that are thrown into relief or concomitantly. Thus, the real issue in a situation of application of force is to prudently judge that while working for one end, we do not destroy in the process other ends equally worthy of maintenance. Further, Ambedkar points out that for Russell, not to act is to be dead. Life consists in activity. It is better to act even violently as in war than not at all, for only when we act that we may hope to act well. This again proves, according to Ambedkar, that Russell is a pacifist but not a quietist. Ambedkar points out that there is a dominant perception in India that as a native we have steadfastly survived and endured numerous wars and attacks. In response to this perception, Ambedkar maintains that even if you grant the fact of surviving the attack, not all kinds of survival are equally worthy. He writes in this regard, show the capacity to grovel or lie low many equally as the power of rising to the occasion be the condition of the survival of a people. Consequently, it cannot be granted as is usually supposed that because a people have survived through ages that therefore they have been growing and improving through ages. Therefore, according to Ambedkar, it is not the fact of survival but the equality of survival that is of real importance.